Firstly, the stem of the mulberry is cut using a pruning shears. Then, the stem is cut again to have at least 4 knots each. Make sure the leaves are removed so as to reduce the amount of water loss through the leaf. We will have 4 stems in total. We will be using auxin in this experiment to promote the growth of adventitious roots. Firstly, we will dip the bottom part of the stem into water, then dip the stem into the auxin powder. This is necessary to ensure that the auxin powder sticks onto the stem. Next, plant the stem into the soil that has been thoroughly placed into the pot. The steps are repeated with all the stems. Make sure that there are space between each stem when planting them. Lastly, water the stems enough for root growth. So we will make the observation after 3 weeks. After 3 weeks, this is the result for our stem cutting experiment.
Soil is placed into 2 polybags and the polybags are filled almost full. A small hole is made in the soil of each polybag. An aloe vera sucker is planted in the soil with only the roots buried and the leaf kept above ground. Step 3 is repeated for the second polybag. Each polybag is watered lightly after planting. Polybags are placed in a brighter location with indirect sunlight. The results are observed and recorded after 3 weeks.
After 3 weeks, the roots become more longer and thicker than before.
Our group has chosen red onions for bulb propagation in this experiment. Firstly, the soil is mixed with organic materials and is well drained as well as loose. Next, dig the hole and place the bulb within a few inches of each other to allow air circulation and avoid overcrowding. Make sure the bulb is facing upwards. The bulbs are planted around 1 inch deep and then covered with dirt. Finally, water the bulbs thoroughly with water while ensuring that the soil is constantly moist. The changes can be observed after 3 weeks. Okay, so this is the results of our bulbs after 3 weeks. As you can see, the leaves have grown much more longer than 3 weeks ago. The roots, which are fibrous roots, can be seen. The root system for the bulb on the right is slightly more developed compared to the one on the left.
Firstly, by using a cutter, make a circular cut around the branch. This method we call it as rigging the branch. Make sure the length of the branch should be cut so it will be fully covered with a soil bag. After making the circular cut, we remove the bark carefully from the area where the cut was made. This should expose the white wood, which is cambium layer, underneath. Cut the soil bag into half. The soil bag should be soaked in water first for about 3 to 5 minutes to make sure it is moist. Since the branches of the lemon trees are quite thick, we use 2 soil bags. After we cut both of the soil bag, place the wet soil bag around the cut area of the branch, ensuring it completely covers the exposed wood. Next, wrap it using a clear plastic wrap to keep it moist. Secure both ends of the plastic with string, ensuring that the soil bag stays in place and keep it damp. Lastly, cut the excess string to make it look neat. So the observation will be made after 3 weeks. After 3 weeks, we came back to check on our lemon trees. Use a sharp knife or cutter to cut the strings. Carefully open the plastic to observe the trees.